The Solstice Horizon event is coming to Pokemon Go, and with it comes new shinies, new Pokemon, and plenty of fun. Let's run through the tips and tricks for this event. So this event is going down June 16th at 10 a.m. to June 25th at 8 p.m. all local time, and it's going to be a two-part event. The first part is going to be a regular part, and the second part will be a Team Go Rocket part. We're not talking about the Team Rocket part in this video, but you can stay tuned for a video on June 20th in which we will break down the whole Team Rocket event. If you want to learn more about what's going down, then I'll link below the article. Nonetheless, spawns during the whole event are going to change depending on if it's day or night in your game, which is something we've never seen before. If it is day during this Solstice Horizon event, you will be seeing Leddyba, Murkrow, Solrock, Drifloon, Purloin, Swaddle, Cottony, Petal, Fomantis, and rare spawns for Hisuian Sneasel in the wild. Versus if it's nighttime, you'll see Oddish, Spinarak, Mischievous, Lunatone, Skunky, Venipede, Fungus, Phantom, Fomantis, and regular Sneasel in the wild. There'll also be a new special research story available to everyone at no cost that you can collect during the event that will lead you to a Cosmog encounter. So yes, finally more opportunities for Cosmog in Pokemon Go. However, if you want to pay the big bucks, you can pay $5 to get a second copy of this special research, leading you to 2 extra Cosmogs for a total of 3 if you've been playing since Cosmog's been released. So yeah, plenty of more opportunities for Cosmog, 1 free, 1 paid. Feel free to do whatever with that. Event bonuses during the event, we're gonna have 2 times Catch Stars as well as Lunatone and Solrock appearing in both the northern and southern hemisphere, or it might be like East and West. I'm not sure how they spawn, but they're available globally. Raids during the event, 1 stars will be Sneasel, Hisuian Sneasel, Rockruff, and Fomantis. 3 stars will be Noctowl, Espeon, Umbreon, and Staraptor. 5 stars for, of course, Nihilego, and Mega Raids for Mega Sceptile. There'll also be exclusive field research tasks getting you encounters with Fomantis, which is the new shiny during this event, as well as a collection challenge getting you encounters with Fomantis, which again, the new shiny. All of this, by the way, is going to be happening during the Team Rocket event, so it's all going to be the same spawns, but you will get extra stuff because it's a Team Rocket event. Again, video soon on that. Stay tuned, we'll break down all the new leaders, shinies, new shadows, all that stuff. It's going to be a great event. Nonetheless, let's get into the tips and tricks for this part of the event, starting with what are the best wild spawns to go after during this event. Starting with the day wild spawns, we're going to have Murkrow in there. Murkrow evolves into Honchkrow, which is a decent flying and dark type raid attacker. Also, Drifloon is in there, which evolves into Drifblim, which is a decent Great League and Ultra League Limited Cup Pokemon. You also see Cottony in there, which is good in the Little Cup. Fomantis, which evolves into Lurantis, which is decent in the Great League, better in Special Cups. And finally, Hisuian Sneasel, which evolves into Hisuian Sneasler, which is not a bad Great League and Ultra League Pokemon. And this is actually going to be the first time you can get a Sneasler for the Great League without having some sort of weird method by getting like a low level egg. So definitely grab yourself one of these because we've never seen this Pokemon spawn in the wild. The best wild spawns during the nighttime though are definitely going to be Spinarak, which evolves into Ariados, which is a good limited Great League Cup Pokemon. Also Stunky in there, which evolves into Skunk Tank, which again, a decent Great League and Ultra League Pokemon. Fungus is in there, which gets you boosted Stardust. I believe it's 500 Stardust, so definitely go ahead and catch those Funguses. And on top of that, we do have 2 times Catch Stars, which means every Fungus you catch, it's 1,000 Stardust. So if you want a lot of Stardust during the event, play during the night, hunt those Funguses. That's a top tip for you. Phantom's in there, which evolves into Trevenant, a decent Great League and Ultra League Pokemon, although it did get nerfed this season, still a very strong Pokemon. Fomantis is in there, which of course we talked about Lurantis being good. And finally, Sneasel in there, which evolves into Weavile, which is a good Dark and Ice type raid attacker, although recently outclassed a little bit. With the best wild spawns of the way, let's get into the best raids during this event. Starting with the 1 stars, we're going to see Sneasel and Hisuian Sneasel in there, which of course we already talked about the relevance. They are spawning in the wild, but they are rare, but if you want an easier time finding them, you can go in the 1-star raids. There's also Fomantis in there, which again we talked about being decent in the Great League. In the 3-star raids, we're going to have Noctowl, which Noctowl is a really good Great League Pokemon. However, you do want PvP IVs on these, which is low attack, high defense, high stamina, so it's not really worth going after them in the 3-star raids. But Umbreon is in there, which Umbreon as 100% IV is an amazing Ultra League Pokemon, so you can definitely go after Umbreon in the raids if you'd like to. Second lastly, in the 5 stars, we have Nihilego, which Nihilego is going to be a good poison type raid attacker as well as a decent Master League Pokemon. And finally, in the Mega Raids, we have Mega Sceptile, which is the best grass type Mega in the game. So definitely go ahead and get yourself some Mega Energy for that Pokemon if you don't have it already. Now with that being said, let's get right into my candy tips because you want a lot of candy for these Pokemon since some of them are pretty good in some different metas. Number 1, to get a lot of candy for this event, use Pineapple Berries. Regular Pineapple Berries will multiply your catch candy by 2 and Silvers by 2.34. You can also go ahead and Mega Evolve a Pokemon. Looking at the spawn roster, there's a lot of grass type Pokemon, so Mega Evolving something like a Mega Sceptile, a Mega Venusaur, or Mega Bombsnow wouldn't be a bad idea. However, it might be a better idea to actually focus in on the Pokemon you want extra XL candies for. For example, Sneasel is spawning during the nighttime, so if you want extra Sneasel candies, you can go ahead and Mega Evolve a Dark or an Ice type Pokemon and hunt those Sneasels at night, since the spawn pool is a variety of types, so there's not really one type that will cover them all. However, let me know in the comments section below what Mega you're going to be Mega Evolving to get extra candies. You can also trade. It is the season of Hidden Gems, which means every time you trade away a Pokemon, you'll be getting 1 extra candy as well as a guaranteed XL candy. So any of these rare rare Pokemon or Pokemon you want extra XL candies for, like Sneasel, you can go ahead and save and then trade them away to a friend to get some easy candies. Finally, you can go ahead and transfer Pokemon. Specifically on June 20th from 6 to 7 p.m. is going to be Sunkern Spotlight Hour with 2 times transfer candy. Go ahead and save any of the rare Pokemon you caught during this event to then, and then go ahead and transfer them then to get extra XL candies. Finally, that moves us into our Platinum Medal tips. You need 35 Platinum Medals to go from level 48 to 49 in Pokemon Go. Which one should you really focus on during this event to take most advantage? Number one, we have a plethora of type medals here. If there's any Pokemon spawning during the wild, like for example, Skunky spawned in the wild, so if you haven't completed your poison type medal, you can go ahead and complete that. But really just take a look at all your type medals, see if there's any Pokemon that are spawning in the wild that are the types of any ones you haven't completed, and work on those. Also, of course, the Rising Star medal, defeat 150 species of Pokemon in raids. If there's any Pokemon on the raid roster that you haven't raided at least once, make sure you raid them once to complete a point towards this medal. And finally, the last medal I will shout out is going to be the Scientist medal, Evolve 2000 Pokemon. If you don't know, Phantom is spawning at night during this event, and if you don't know, when you trade away a Phantom, it's actually free to evolve into Trevenant. So go ahead and save any of those Phantoms you find during the night. You can trade them to a friend, they trade you a Phantom, and then you can evolve them for free to freely work on this medal. And yeah, with that being said, that is pretty much the Solstice Horizons event. Again, there is a part 2 of this event, the Team Rocket section of this event, that I will have a full separate video breaking everything you need to know for that event, so definitely stay tuned to that. It's probably coming out June 20th at night. I am in Vancouver right now, that's why I've been a little bit slow with the news updates and all that stuff, but I will be back on Friday, so definitely stay tuned to more videos coming out then. With that being said though, let me know what you think about this event. Are you excited to grind this event, or you think you're just gonna wait for the Team Rocket section? We'll see you in the next one. Peace. Forgot to say follow for more tips. Follow for more tips.